Damn, I gotta admit, I was excited about today's show. I was excited about today's show. I got Christine Williamson. She's in the house. She's gonna be on the show because Molly needed a vacation. I have my man Dan Orlovsky. I was about to beat down, talking about some football. I got my man Jay Williams to think that he's a basketball savant, and he's got all the answers about Kevin Durant, all the answers about the Lakers, all the answers about the Golden State Warriors. I was hyped to get into all of that, and then I had to stop the presses because for once, Dan Orlovsky showed up with a decent suit on. I mean, that looks kind of dapper there. The glasses, they're a bit nerdy and all of that stuff.
I'm a nerd.
You understand what I'm saying? Looking like the white Urkel, but that's a different subject for another day. At the end of the day,
I look
you
like
got
Clark
on a
Kent.
nice shirt, decent glasses, and looking at that, I gotta admit, you're looking quite a dapper today, but not as dapper as me. Go figure. First takes in the house. Let's go.
That shirt looks like.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
He's got Bill 10, 5, touchdown!
Can you hear it? It feels like Nirvana. It sounds like Team Spirit. The energy's so exciting.
Highlight reel, touchdown!
They trying to drown me out, but yo, can you hear it?
They caught it! It's the
Yeah.
into the end zone, touchdown!
They trying to drown me out. Can you hear it?
Hi, hello, happy Thursday. Welcome into First Take. As Stephen A. mentioned, Christine Williamson here filling in for Molly. We've got a solid crew coming through today. Dan, we kind of matched today. This looks great.
Thank you. You look great, Christine.
Thank you.
I'll be honest. I'm trying to figure out is there a pattern? I'm trying to.
It kind of looks like I have a baby head because the baby's head got cut off, but this is like a painting. It's it's art.
Okay.
It's art.
That's what I thought.
Educate him, Christine.
Actually, that's what I
wish
thought.
I
feel
knew
great
what
about
painting
it.
it is. I have
Give
no
him
idea.
tips.
I have no
You know,
I
idea.
feel great
Give
about
him
it. That's
some
what I
tips,
thought.
all right? He needs
Someone
tips.
needs to give
He
you
needs
tips with that striped shirt. It looks like I'm playing Candyland.
Come on, you know, why are you trying to hate? You know you love it. You know you looked at this shirt and went like this. He does look pretty smooth today. You know this. Why do you do this, Dan?
This is Stephen A's
Stephen
tie.
A, you look good too. You look good too. We all look good today.
This is Stephen A's tie.
Thank you so much.
It's
Christine.
wide, just
Thank you.
hangs.
Well, first of all, thank you. First of all, Okay,
let's get things started. Let's get things started.
It's on now.
We start in the NFL because Week 11 kicks off tonight with Thursday Night Football. The Packers welcoming the Titans to town. Green Bay coming off of an overtime win on Sunday against the Cowboys, breaking a 5-game losing skid. And their offense putting up the most points they have all season with 31. But this will be a tough one as the Titans have held 3 of their last 4 opponents to 10 points. Now, the NFC is wide open with the top 2 seeds up for grabs and all 4 NFC East teams vying for a playoff spot. And of course, as I mentioned, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers were able to get a win by upsetting the Cowboys at Lambeau on Sunday. Right now, Green Bay remains on the outside looking in at the final wild card spot. Dan, I'm going to start with you. Knowing all of that, how important is tonight's game for Green Bay?
It's everything. Their season's on the line. Win and you got a chance, lose and it's over. And it's not only that, Christine, think about this. They come off the game against Dallas last week and they win. If they're able to go and win tonight, that's 2 straight wins versus teams that are already in the playoffs, that are 12-6 combined in Dallas and Tennessee. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, maybe we have legitimately fixed this and solved this. It's the swagger that comes back, the moxie comes back, and then you go and play another playoff team next week in Philadelphia. Imagine what that can do for a football team that has had so much struggle, so many question marks, so many failures this season, candidly, for their confidence. It's not only like if they win, they at least try to survive or keep their season alive. It's how they can do it. This is going to be a very simple game for Green Bay. Tennessee is one of those teams. There's about 3 of them in the NFL that do not give you games. You're going to have to go take it from Tennessee. And Tennessee's unapologetic about who they are. They're going to punch you in the face. They're going to be physical. And they're going to say, we're going to be better than you for 60 minutes at the simple thing. So, like, Green Bay, are you capable of going 2 games in a row, of putting your Hall of Fame quarterback underneath the center and pounding the football with those 2 backs? And then Christian Watson, are you for real? He is so important to their offense. Aaron Rodgers said it this week. That's the first game he's actually, played the whole game this year. Are you for real, dude? Can you do it 2 games in a row? Because I believe that if they do those simple things, put the quarterback under center, pound the football, be really good and efficient on third down, and allow number 9 to win in those one-on-one situations, they got a shot tonight. And they got a shot next week. And they could beat anyone on their schedule, and they could beat anyone in the NFC. If they win tonight, their season's alive. If they lose, go to 2023.
I think they're going to 2023 anyway, personally, but I will concede that it's incredibly important for them to win tonight. No doubt about that. But I'm just not a believer. And there's a reason for that, Dan Orlovsky. Let me go to my notes. You go to my notes.
So here's the you legit look like Jaleel White, Steve Urkel. But like you
there
could
we
probably
go. There you go. Well, you know
Urkel
what? I don't think he's a bad looking
Urkel.
brother. Then I ain't do that. I mean, I understand what you're saying. But here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal. The Tennessee Titans have won 6 of their last 7 games. The only loss that they've had in the last 7 weeks that they've played was an overtime loss to the Kansas City Chiefs when they lost 20-17. I'm paying attention to Ryan Tannehill. And when I look at Ryan Tannehill, I'm just not a believer. Tennessee wins in spite of him, not because of him. Now, the one game they lost in the last 7 weeks was when Malik Willis was quarterbacking, and I get all of that. But when I look at Ryan Tannehill's last 4 games, look at his last 4 games, Orlovsky. Like 137, 115, 182 yards passing. Last week, 255 yards passing, completing about 50-something% of his passes, stuff like that at times. I'm just telling you. I'm just being consistent. I'm not a believer in Ryan Tannehill. Come playoffs last year, what did I say? When they was going up against Cincinnati, even though I picked them to win because I thought Derrick Henry was coming back and they already had a stout running game without him once he went down and got injured, I said, you know what? As long as Ryan Tannehill doesn't mess it up, which he usually doesn't, I said Tennessee should win this game. What does he do? His first pass of the damn playoff game, after everybody's tailgating hype coming into the stadium, he throws an interception. I'm just saying, these are the kind of things you expect. And so when I look at it from this perspective, I say if you're Green Bay, not only had you better win because your season is on the line, you better win because this is a team that clearly is going to have to run the football in order to beat you. With Derrick Henry, who's an absolute stud, okay? We know what he's on the table. He's only got 1,000 yards rushing. The fact of the matter is, Derrick Henry is that dude. You stack the box. You do everything you can to prevent him from running the football, and you dare Ryan Tannehill to beat you. If you're the Green Bay Packers, that's how you win this game tonight. And if you can't win this game, you don't deserve to be a playoff team, considering the level of urgency on the line. That's just my thought process in all seriousness.
All right, so I agree with your philosophy of how to beat Tennessee tonight if you're Green Bay. But I just want to make something very clear. So you mean to tell me that the quarterback of the team that was the number 1 seed throughout last year, the quarterback of a team that has won 6 out of the last 7 games, and doing that without their starting left tackle, playing a rookie right tackle, without their number 1 or number 2 wide receiver, you don't think that dude can play a little bit? Like, you don't believe? Like, what do you mean when you say you don't believe in that quarterback? I'm not sitting here telling everybody that, Ryan Tannehill is Patrick or Josh or Lamar. But to sit here and say that this dude is not an incredibly important part of their football team when they've won 6 of 7 and the only loss is the game that he didn't play in, you could throw numbers out all you want. Okay. But this is one of the toughest. Physically and mentally, this is one of the toughest guys in the NFL. He does exactly what that team asks him to do to win games.
Whoa. This is exactly why you're usually wrong when you go up against me, because you try to misrepresent my position. Of course he can play a little bit. He can play a lot. I'm not saying that Ryan Tannehill is some scrub. I'm not saying he can't play. I'm saying
don't believe in him.
That when the money's on the line, I don't believe in him. That's compared to some of his contemporaries that he'll go against. I'm not telling you that Ryan Tannehill can't play. I'm not trying to act like he's some scrub. I'm not trying to act like the Tennessee Titans, can't win football games with him, because they've clearly proven that they can. We get all of that. But the reality of the situation is that no matter what expectations you attach to them, they're going to come up short. And it's usually because of what he's not going to be able to do for you. That doesn't mean he can't play. It just means that when you have a big moment and you're saying, okay, I need to give the ball to Ryan Tannehill to take me there, I believe that when it counts, he's not that guy. He's not that guy. Last year, he threw for nearly 4,000 yards, threw 21 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, okay? What did I say? Excuse me, I got to concern myself with him because Joe Burrow, despite getting slaughtered because no offensive line was protecting him, that brother stands up in the pocket and he makes throws that you just don't see everybody make. I'm looking at a Justin Herbert. We know what the potential is. We know what Patrick Mahomes has done because his resume speaks for itself. We know what Josh Allen can do despite the turnovers. We look at Lamar Jackson. We know what he can bring to the table. There are a plethora of quarterbacks that you look at and you say to yourself, if they were behind center with the Tennessee Titans instead of Ryan Tannehill, we'd be speaking about the Tennessee Titans far differently with Vrabel as their coach, with their defense, with their running game. Okay,
I don't know.
That's
Stephen
how you look at it.
I don't know. Like, while I understand,
come on. Come on.
I totally agree that those guys are more talented. There's no question about that. But Tennessee has a very specific style of ball, and they have to. They ask their think about this. But no. This is because that's who they are. This is because that they know that they are a running first foot. Like
you don't
not
know
run
that.
First. Yes, I do. That's exactly who they are.
Let me first. Listen, I'm not challenging your football knowledge. What I'm doing is I'm leaning on your football knowledge to challenge what you're willing to admit. For example, John Harbaugh is in Baltimore. Did you ever think that they would play the way that they play until he had Lamar Jackson? Because Flacco ain't Lamar Jackson. I'm saying if Vrabel had one of those other dudes instead of Ryan Tannehill, I don't think you'd see just the same system. He's doing what he has with the personnel he has to work with.
Let's do the Charles Barkley TNT game. Give me their 3 receivers in Tennessee. Give me their 3 starting receivers.
I don't even know him
Exactly.
anymore. I don't even know him anymore.
Correct. So,
but I knew when A.J. Brown was there, I knew what Ryan Tannehill still wasn't going to do. I knew what he was going to do, and he had A.J. Brown.
They were the 1 seed.
Excuse me. And I talked
With
about
AJ.
when it matters. I didn't say they wouldn't win regular season games. I didn't say they wouldn't win regular season games. I talked about when it matters. That's what we're talking about here. When I say I don't believe in them, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, guys, I got to step in. We
And
got
you
more
know
on
I'm
that
right.
game later.